Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez, for the Nightline. Let's moving on to the news. The Sarawak government has decided to extend the RM1 flat rate bus fare program next year after receiving positive responses from the public. The extension was made to lighten the financial burden of the people, particularly the low-income group during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Lee said that since the launch, the program has gotten overwhelming response from the public as exemplified by the huge increase in readership within 7 months of its implementation, from 12,657 passengers in May to 206,470 in October in the 3 towns. Let's hear what the public has to say.
Bagi kami baguslah untuk warga yang mana yang sedia kenderaannya dapatlah pakai bas ya, sebab tambangnya pun baru RM1 aja. Untuk kemudahan mana-mana yang sedia berkereta, sedia berkenderaan lah.
Pengangkutan dah senang apa? RM1. Jadi minyak kereta pun itu dah mahal juga. At least kita ada tambang bas RM1. At least dapatlah konkret dari macam kampung Melaman senang pergi ke pasar.
Pendapat saya itu yang lebih bagus untuk menggalakkan penumpang-penumpang untuk memakai bas lah. Sebab RM1 ini kira apa? Iyalah kira macam itulah. Jadi kalau tu perintah lagi mau extension kan itu kepada tahun depan tambang RM1 itu lagi lebih bagus untuk menggalakkan semua penumpang untuk memakai bas supaya ada orang boleh.
Political observer Datuk Peter Minos believed that the 12th state election or PRN12 will be held in March 2021. He opined that the PRN12 is most likely to be held in March next year because it is a period which does not have any festivities. Minos also asserted that PRN12 must be held by June 2021 when the term of Sarawak State Legislative Assembly DUN expired. With the automatic dissolution of the DUN then, he noted that there is still a period of 60 days for PRN12 to be held by August 2021. Nevertheless, he pointed out that no ruling government wanted the state election to be held at the last month for many reasons. As the term of DUN expiry, which falls on June and coincides with a Gawai festival, he asserted that the PRN12 will also not fall on May and June. Sarawak Teachers Union STU is urging the relevant authorities to extend high-speed internet coverage to all schools, particularly rural schools across the state, to ease teaching and learning.
According to its president, Adam Parkash Abdullah, many teachers, especially those teaching in rural schools, had been facing difficulties in searching for internet signal in their respective areas. In light of the standard operating procedures put in place to curb the spread of COVID-19, he further said many teachers had to resort to using their own internet data to give lessons. He lamented that teachers had exhausted their personal internet data for the sake of teaching online.
Malaysia kicked off the last week to Christmas with 1,340 new COVID-19 cases, with 4 new deaths recorded today. Selangor still leads with the highest number of COVID-19 infections per state today at 441 cases.
Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah in a statement said 2 imported cases were reported in Kuala Lumpur and the rest are local transmission. This brings the total cumulative number of COVID-19 cases reported in the country to 93,309 cases. Kuala Lumpur recorded the second highest number of cases, with 284 infections, while the third highest number of cases per state was Sabah, with 196 infections. On another development, State Disaster Management Committee in a statement said Sarawak recorded 3 new cases today, consisting of 1 locally transmitted case and 2 imported cases. The locally transmitted case was recorded in KUCHING, resulting in the district now classified as a yellow zone. This brings the total number of positive cases in the state to 1,090 cases.
Meanwhile, this is the development relating to Standard Operating Procedure SOP at Sri Aman District Council Market and Sri Aman Bus Terminal. On Thursday, Sri Aman, a green zone district, recorded one import case of an Indonesian citizen who was detained by immigration officer. This has definitely raised concern among the Sri Aman locals following the new recorded case. While the implementation of the new normal has become a norm, the locals in Sri Aman has no problem adhering to it. Moreover, in places such as the wet market, which is usually crowded. Through TVS survey, the market adheres to the SOP by providing My Sujatra barcode before customers are allowed into the premises, recording body temperature, limiting entry points, placing social distancing signage, and each customers are required to wear a face mask. According to the traders in the market, SOP compliance for them is a big challenge, especially in maintaining comfort. However, health and safety are the main priority.
Penerimaan kami bagus, macam biasa. Sebab kami tu nak orang berniaga lah, kena patuhi SOP tu demi keselamatan kita pun lah. Bagi kami isi susah lah. Sebab kita kena jaga keselamatan kita pun dan semua orang berniaga situ pun.
Okay, kami terima SOP tu dengan baik. Walaupun sukar bagi kami, walaupun orang pun susah nak keluar. Bagi kami SOP tu wajarlah, harus. Tapi ada sedikit kesusahan, tapi kita harus pakai je lah SOP tu. Sebab kes di Sri Aman tu tiba-tiba ada, kita tahu sini datang kes ataupun virus tu.
Wajar, saya memang 100% menyokong dengan adanya SOP itu. Memang SOP itu. Karena buat masa tu kita si ada penawar penyakit tu. Jadi kita dapat nak ngawal penyakit tu, kita menjagakan SOP, mentaati SOP dan mengikut perintah dari Kementerian Kesihatan.
Meanwhile, customers visiting the market are also showing support for the enforcement of the SOP, especially when the vaccine is still in the trial stage. A total of 672 people were detained for breaching Movement Control Order (MCO) rules.
Ismail Sabri said in a statement that the number was more than double of those detained on Friday at 249. This indicates that there are still many who take COVID-19 lightly. Of the total, 643 were compounded, while 29 individuals were remanded. On Op Benteng, Ismail Sabri said 83 illegal immigrants and one skipper were arrested, 3 land vehicles seized, and 118 roadblocks were mounted yesterday.
Police will take action against a woman for allegedly assisting the 4 Indonesian women who were tested positive for COVID-19 to flee the country.
According to Sarawak Police Commissioner Datuk ID Ismail, police will begin their investigations once the woman is released from quarantine. It is also alleged that the woman is a freelancer who assisted foreign workers to seek employment in the state. ID also confirmed that the 4 Indonesian women have been detained by the Indonesian National Armed Forces near Biawak, ARUL, Indonesia. The woman who will be called in for investigation was the one who brought the 4 women to private clinic in Cebu to undergo a swab test for employment purposes.
The Eastern Sabah Security Command, ESCOM, has detained 4 men and 3 women in Kampong Batu, Semporna, believed to be involved in drugs trafficking syndicate.
Its commander Datuk Ahmad Fuad Othman said all suspects, including 3 foreigners aged 16 to 30, were arrested between 4 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. on Thursday, and 139.82 grams of shabu worth 13,000 ringgit were also seized. The 5 suspects were tested positive for shabu and the case was investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Ahmad Fuad also said that cooperation between security forces will be enhanced from time to time to curb drug syndicates and cross-border crimes, while urging coastal communities to provide information on criminal activities at their areas in Eastern Sabah Security Zone by contacting the 24-hour EastCom Operations Center.
The United Kingdom has identified a new variant of the COVID-19 that can spread more quickly than prior strains of the virus. The new strain could be up to 70% more transmissible than the original strain of the disease.
Boris Johnson imposed an effective lockdown on over 16 million people in England and reversed plans to ease curbs over Christmas. The new strain is not more deadly or more serious in terms of the illness cause.
We must, I'm afraid, look again at Christmas. And as Prime Minister, it's my duty to take difficult decisions, to do what is right to protect the people of this country. Given the early evidence we have on this new variant of the virus, the potential risk it poses, it is with a very heavy heart, I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas as planned.
The number of cases in England has soared in the last 2 weeks because of the virus variant. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization said it was in close contact with UK officials over the new virus variant.
Johor police are investigating a death threat sent out to its chief Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche 2 weeks ago by whom they believe were 3 members of the Tamil Elam Liberation Tigers LTTE group.
According to Ayub Khan, he received a call 2 weeks ago by a member of the public informing that the 3 men involved were said to be coming down to Johor from Selangor to kill him. He believed these people are locals because the call was made to his personal assistant at his office using Malay language and that they are investigating the case now. Last Friday, Ayub Khan, in an interview with a local newspaper, revealed that he received a death threat from members of the LTTE group.
The government has assured that it will take appropriate action to provide justice to the family of firefighter, the late Muhammad Adib Mat Qasim.
Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Datuk Taqiyuddin Hassan said the Attorney General Chambers was waiting for the results of the police investigation, which is understood to be in the final stage. Taqiyuddin said this while commenting on the disappointment of Muhammad Adib's family with the proposal to hold another inquest into the death of the firefighter because they had been patient too long to get justice. Muhammad Adib, 24, who was a member of the Emergency Medical Rescue Service unit from the Subang Jaya Fire and Rescue Station, died on December 17, 2018 from serious injuries. On September 27 last year, the Shah Alam Coroner's Court ruled that the fireman's death was the result of a crime committed by more than 2 or 3 unknown persons.
The Marine Police have seized illicit cigarettes and alcoholic beverages estimated worth more than 380,000 ringgit, including tax, during a raid at a shop premises in Jalan Setakan, KUCHING around 4:15 p.m. yesterday.
Marine Police Region 5 Commander SCP Shamsul Qasim in a statement said the seized items comprised of 101,200 sticks of regular cigarettes, 6,320 sticks of the Kretek cigarettes, 4,791 liters of beer, 268 liters of liquor. Furthermore, 2 male suspects in their 20s were also arrested during the raid to facilitate investigation under Custom Acts 1967. He added that the owner of the premises failed to produce the proper tax documents for the items found inside the premises.
The Federal Territories Ministry gives a stern warning to authorities who issued trading license for foreigners or license issued under the Free Business Region,
Its minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said traders found doing so would have their names blacklisted and their license would be revoked. He added that he will not accept any appeals on leniency for foreigners because it is against the federal constitution. He stresses that the government needs to prioritize the people in granting of business and trading license. He understood the purpose of the employers who wants to take foreign employees to work in the country because of low salary payment, but a complete and necessary evaluation is needed. On October 23, Kuala Lumpur City Hall, or DBKL, issued a notice to wholesalers that they are only allowed to take local employees starting January 1st, 2021.
The Malaysian Meteorological Department, Met Malaysia, today issued a yellow level weather alert with heavy rain expected in several areas until Monday.
Met Malaysia Director General Jailan Simon said the bad weather was expected to hit Hulu Terengganu, Dungun and Kemaman Terengganu, Kuantan, Pahang until tomorrow, while heavy rain had been forecast for Sipitang, Tenom, Beaufort and Nabawan in Sabah until Monday. During that period, there may be strong winds at coastal areas in the east coast of Peninsula Malaysia and Sabah. He said strong northeasterly winds of 40 to 50 kilometers per hour with waves up to 3.5 meters high are expected in the waters of Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang, Eastern Johor, Sarawak and Sabah during this period. Jailan added that this can result in overflowing in the coastal areas and estuaries in the affected areas.
The Olympic Council of Malaysia, OCM, welcomes the decisions of the government to allow the reopening of the sports industry with the concept of sports bubble.
According to OCM, the decision on the concept of sports bubble has been one of the most awaited announcements by the sports community. Earlier, as its last Executive Council meeting, OCM and its members had urged the Ministry of Youth and Sports to review the standard operation procedure for the sports industry, particularly to allow for the return of local tournaments as well as grassroots and recreational sports. For states under Recovery Movement Control Order, a maximum of 4,000 spectators or 10% of the seating capacity will be permitted. Meanwhile, for states under the Conditional MCO, matches will be played without spectators while matches are banned in places under Enhanced MCO.
National hockey team coach ARUL supports the appointment of MEGAT AZRAFIQ MEGAT Termizi as the new UniKL coach.
According to ARUL, MEGAT has the potential to be a caliber coach but requires time and is unfair if high targets are expected from the former national defense, especially to uphold the Malaysian Hockey League treble champions title. Furthermore, ARUL added that MEGAT will need more time to present an impact to the team.
Right. Champions Liverpool are 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League after 7-0 away hammering of Crystal Palace. Arsenal's troubles continued with a 2-1 defeat at second-placed Everton on Saturday. Jurgen Klopp's side had not won away from home in the league since September, but broke that dry spell in spectacular fashion. Liverpool have 31 points from 14 games, with Everton 5 points behind. Tottenham Hotspur, who host Leicester City on Sunday, a further point back. Manchester City got back to winning ways with a 1-0 victory at informed Southampton. Newcastle United were held to a 1-1 draw at home to struggling Fulham. Right, that's all for me. Just a friendly reminder, the war on COVID-19 has not ended yet. So remember, always adhere to SOP, practice physical distancing and wear your mask everywhere you go, and always wash your hand and bring your sanitizer along with you. Ruben Gomez for the Nightline, anytime, anywhere. Thank you and good night.